Welcome to episode 10.
Wow, double
10
digit.
of Plug In with Avi and Kyle.
Yeah, watch out, Adam Carolla. We're coming after you.
We're 10 deep. He's only got like, what, 500?
5,000.
We're on our way.
Yeah,
We're there.
one episode at a time.
Yeah, that's what we keep saying, but I swear every episode seems like 10 episodes. So we're on, what, episode 100 now.
All right.
That's
Oh.
crazy. Anyway, we are Avi and Kyle, internet odd couple who just happen to be your best source for everything that is anything tech news and product reviews. 10th episode, like we said, of our visual radio show filmed at the beautiful OC Digital Studio in the heart of Mission Viejo.
Wow.
That's what Dave Leckner said.
Yes, on the highest point
Highest point of Mission Viejo where the crows land.
at 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock. And they do. They do. You pulled me out of the office the other day to show me.
Yep.
So Dave is not a
Literally.
liar. I don't know why you guys didn't reelect him. So you guys are used to our normal format. You know, we have a guest and we get into some tech stuff. But today is a special occasion because we have with us the one and only chef. Make sure I say this right.
You get one chance. You get
it's like
one
Moray
chance, man.
We have the chef here today, Maria Ibrahim. Yes,
Ibrahim.
You got it.
Ibrahim.
You got it.
Uh,
Just think ray of sunshine.
Ray-
Maria.
Maria.
Maria
Yes.
of
Maria.
Sunshine,
Yeah.
Ibrahim. She is a chef who is nationally recognized for food safety and clean eating expert. Right? You're a clean eating expert, award-winning entrepreneur, television chef, author, inventor, and the creator of EatCleaner.com, the premier lifestyle destination for fit food information.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. You've accomplished more in this paragraph than I have my entire life.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You're on
Wow.
episode 10,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
right.
don't know.
Episode 10, she said it. We heard it here first. So, enough messing around. Tell us, chef. I've always wanted to say that to somebody. I'm glad it's not Ramsey here.
Yeah.
He scares me.
He would slap
Have you met
I'm a
Chef
lot
Ramsay?
nicer. No, I have not had the
Looking,
pleasure.
sweeter.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
he supposedly has a nice side.
That's what
so.
they say, but I don't know.
Not
Those
what he
British
shows
guys.
on TV.
Exactly. Exactly. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your background,
Sure.
what this whole thing is that you've been
Yeah,
building
sure. So I have, ever since I started my career, it's always revolved around food and fitness in some way, shape, or form. I am Middle Eastern, and anybody who knows Middle Eastern people
Hummus and
knows
falafel.
that we live our lives planning one meal to
Food,
the
yep.
next.
Yeah.
Which, I come from a family of foodies, and my interest in cooking really started with my grandfather. I was born in Egypt, and I would watch him in the kitchen, and he was just very passionate about going to the market and picking out the best ingredients.
Daily, fresh stuff.
We'd
Yeah.
go to 5 different stops. We'd go to one place to get fish, really.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
supermarkets
No.
back then.
And even now,
Yeah.
recently I came from Egypt, and people still they don't have the supermarket we have in here.
Yeah, unless you're
warehouses.
super wealthy. But you go to the fishmonger to get fish. You go to the dairy guy,
Yes.
Be'el, to get the dairy items. You go to the produce market to get your fruits and vegetables, the
Yes.
spice market. So he would take me by the hand and he'd show me how to pick things out. And I just developed this real understanding at a young age of what that all meant and where our food comes from, because we'd go to the markets and we'd find live chickens there, So when I started I have a degree in communications, very blank canvas.
Which is very evident because you are a communicator.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like to talk, really. Maybe as much as you guys. I don't know. But I really wanted to be able to translate my passion for food into a language that people could understand.
Okay.
And so along the way, I kind of developed this journalistic style approach to writing, and I was the editor for a lifestyle newsletter called Healthy Choices, and we would write about where food comes from, and got very into food styling and making it pretty and making it understandable, but always with I don't even like to use the word healthy. I think really a bent towards clean, meaning food in its most natural state. So preserving it in its most natural, unadulterated
So,
state. You know.
so your concept is not about healthy eating; it's just about clean eating. Is that what
Well,
I
healthy
understand?
is part of it, but I like to call it fit instead because
Okay.
fit to me means a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Fit is about your fitness, but it's also about your food choices and how you eat and just your fit mindset.
I'm sitting here at almost 300 pounds agreeing. Like this is the lifestyle.
You're
I
my
live.
next project, man.
Like this is
You're
the
it.
lifestyle of
We're
healthy
gonna
eating,
we're gonna
clean
work on
eating.
this together. But so fast forward, I went through a period where, again, coming from a family that breathes food all the time, where I actually went through an eating disorder. And the pendulum swung the other
Really?
way. And I talk about it in the book, and I wrote the book last year, and it was the first time I had admitted in 20 years that I struggled with an eating disorder for over
Was
a
it
decade.
overeating or?
It was both. It was undereating and overeating.
Wow.
And I think it, and oftentimes this happens with eating disorders, that it stems from control, trying to control something that maybe you don't have control over other things in your life. So while I loved food, it ate me alive.
So do you kind of advise for balanced eating, like eat so much fruit, so much vegetables, so much meat and dairy?
So
Food
that
pyramid?
that picture on the cover is all about balance. I'm striking a yoga
Look
pose
at
of balance.
that.
And
Very
I
nice.
the first word in the book is about balance. So balance really meaning, yes, combining foods in the right way. I call it the fit foodie triangle.
Okay.
I go by the fit foodie. And the triangle for me is balancing carbohydrates with
Okay.
good quality fats with protein. And if you do that in the right combination and you eat frequently, we were talking before about energy, keeping your blood sugar from dropping
Yeah.
and spiking,
Yeah.
you can really achieve amazing results. And I've coached thousands of people and helped them not only lose weight, I think that's important for some people, but for some, it wasn't even about losing weight. It was about vitality, energy,
Yeah.
feeling better, having,
Exactly.
being able to run out after their grandkids and not feel exhausted.
So now with this in mind, healthy eating. What about packaged food? Some of it, they have all the claims on it, healthy,
Oh, yeah,
and
like
diet free, and
GMO free,
Yeah.
That
all
free.
natural.
yeah.
It's like you have to, I call it labelese.
Okay.
It's another language. You speak French, Spanish, and labelese.
And
so
some Yiddish. too.
Yeah, right? I mean, for the average consumer to walk through a grocery store, you really have to be savvy because something that might appear healthy, and I strongly advise you when you go to a grocery store, don't just say, I'm going to a, quote, healthy grocery store, so everything in there is healthy.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Because some of the labeling is misleading when they say natural
Or sugar free,
this
but
or
they fill it up with something else.
It's
Yeah.
something worse than sugar, yeah. Or
So-
natural has nothing to do with natural. It's the name
Yeah.
of the product.
Well, I have a subject or a chapter in my book is about the steer clear list. And I have the steer clear list of things that you always want to avoid on a label. Anything that's artificial, anything, so whether it's a artificial sweetener, don't be duped by the whole sugar-free thing unless it is truly a natural sweetener like stevia. Stevia is an all-natural
I saw that in
plant
your
extract.
I watched your you bake brownies.
Yeah.
watched
yeah,
that
yeah.
video.
Yeah. You can
Use
still eat
stevia,
brownies and
yeah.
cupcakes on my plan. Kyle's like, all right, I like this.
I watched the whole thing. I was so because you had all the wet ingredients first. I was watching it and it was enjoyable just to watch. I mean, maybe because I'm a bigger guy, I was like, oh.
But you bring up a good point because what I say is it's not about sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
So when you read a label, you steer clear of the artificial chemicals.
Yes.
You look at the ingredient panel and you see if there are things like chemical preservatives that you want to stay away from, sodium benzoate and tripolyphosphate and things
So
like that.
is there a preservative that's good for you? You said some that you want to steer away. I thought all preservative you should
Not
steer.
necessarily.
No?
There are a
Okay.
lot of naturally derived preservatives, like citric acid, which is in our product, which, as long as it comes from a clean source,
Okay.
but I guess the point is you want to stay as fresh as possible.
Yeah.
We live in a time of convenience, and it doesn't mean that every packaged good product on the market is bad. There are a lot of great products out there, and I'm a big advocate of making food simple.
Okay.
I keep it super simple. That's my KISS approach. But, and packaged products can help you get there. It's just be a student of understanding what they are. But the big thing, too, is to look at the sodium and sugar content. A lot of people we went through this whole like carb craze,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where it was like 0 fat. And everybody was like, great, fat free. Well, that made everybody fat.
Yeah.
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 So it's not so much about looking for no carbs or
Yeah.
no fat. It's the balance. And when you strike a balance in those macronutrients, you're in good shape. But also, too much sugar and too much sodium is a problem. According to the American Dietary Association, a woman, an average adult female, should not get more than 45 grams of sugar a day.
And
That's like
what's
a
the
day.
what's the total consumption per American sugar? Something
Well,
in the
I'm
kilos.
just saying the average energy drink that you might find that comes in a bunch of different colors, I won't say the name, has more sugar in one several of their products have more sugar in one serving than you are supposed to get in a whole day.
Wow.
So you really want to watch for that. You want to watch for sodium because sodium is sort of like the silent. It is a problem.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have a heart condition or a blood pressure condition, you
Yeah.
still want to watch it because it can accumulate. And you want to stay below 2,200 milligrams, and that's about 4.5 teaspoons.
Okay.
So again, and if you might have a little bit more in one day, you go to less in the other. But that's the thing about packaged products that is a concern. And the natural product stores will sell products that still are high in sugar,
Yeah.
high in sodium,
Yes.
even if they're organic and natural.
Yes.
So you want to watch for that.
Wait, how can it be organic and natural if they're?
Because they are organic and natural.
Because
Sugar
the
and salt are
ingredients
Oh,
organic
that's
and
true,
natural.
yeah.
Yeah, they can
Yeah.
put
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
regular
Look at
sugar.
that.
Yeah.
Boom on Kyle. Boom skis.
Yeah.
So I read I was, thumbing through the website. I have no big deal. And I read that you say, think before you bite and don't eat in the dark.
That's what
Whoa.
it says right here. Think before you bite. It's about making conscious choices. When I say think before you bite is reaching for that bag of, donuts really going to make you feel better in the
Bag of
morning?
donuts.
Sounds
so good.
I say
At that
if you
moment.
are if you are what you eat, don't
Yeah.
eat cheap and fast.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just saying. So, think before you make that decision. Make conscious choices. Eating in the dark means two things. First of all, don't eat when you should be in bed.
Okay.
Because you shouldn't be eating. Close your kitchen down, at a decent hour, and don't be
I send the
creeping
chef home.
around. You know what I'm saying?
Go home, chef.
Yeah, don't be
Yeah,
creeping
not you,
around in your
but another
dark
chef.
kitchen.
Yeah.
But also, don't eat in the dark, meaning don't make choices that you don't know about. Like, knowing about labels. Just as we want to be educated in our lives about smart choices that affect us, our health is our number one priority. I mean,
God gave
Well, you
us
would
one,
think.
Yeah.
one body, and we should take it from birth to death with the
gotta
least
live
amount
in
of
it
overhead.
your
I think I
whole
can
life.
speak for
Yeah.
overweight Americans, though, and say that, the give me now, I'm hungry, I need to eat now, will far outweigh the, let me prepare something.
Well,
I mean,
But you know what? The hungry now, I would say two things. First of all, if you plan your meals, and snacking is okay in my program. Like, it's actually encouraged
Yeah.
because you want to eat smaller meals and spread them out throughout the day so you
Instead of-
feel
Yeah.
satisfied.
Yes.
But you also, I'm so glad you have this in front of you, water. We don't hydrate enough. We are a country of dehydrated people.
Yeah.
And being thirsty can disguise itself as hunger. So you want to make sure you're drinking half your body weight in ounces of water or clear liquids
Yes,
every
yes.
single day. because
I
that's going to
was about to
flush
say
Oh
that.
my God.
your system. Yeah.
And
That's
they
100
said-
ounces, 150 ounces for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Per day. Well, I've been drinking
this
a gallon
bottle
this
is
week,
about
a day.
22 ounces.
33.
33. So
Yeah.
3 of those.
5 of those.
5 of these.
Yeah.
Avi,
What?
you do real
wait a second.
estate?
33. How?
Where's
you need
33 ounces.
100 ounces. Okay.
150 ounces.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 5. Okay, so 5.
5 a day.
So, drinking water, hydrating,
Mm-hmm.
eating balanced meals. I am, I absolutely am not a fat-free fanatic. I do eat meat.
Mm-hmm.
I have met the most unhealthy vegetarians and vegans in my life. Doesn't mean labeling yourself in a way does
Mm-hmm.
not mean that you're eating the right way.
They
So I
say-
say stay away from the labels and
Yeah.
just stay
They
simple.
say drinking like a glass of water before you eat your meal, it kind of like shut down some of the craving
Yeah.
to eat and overeat.
That's where
Well,
the hunger and thirst thing.
We'll get back into this in a second. We got to go to commercial break, but we'll be right back with Chef